Right, team, it's another interval workout. So we've got 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Feel free to use water bottle, dumbbell, whatever you've got to hand. And we're going to get straight into it with our clean and press. We go with clean and press because it's a nice little full body movement to get us warmed up so we can just get going. Okay? So we're just going to clean that dumbbell from the hinge position to our shoulder and push overhead. And just repeat, whatever pace feels good. You know you've got the opportunity to slow it right way down. If you want a little bit of a more moderate exercise workout. Or speed it up if you want to get those the heart rate raised. We're using full body for this one. So if you do speed it up, you are going to get out of breath pretty quickly using multiple muscle groups. Almost there. And rest. Okay, going straight into the next one. And we're going to just do a front forward lunge with a rotation. Back to the top. And go. So remember, we want to take our whole body with us on that rotation. So we're not just moving the head, we're moving the torso. Twisted from those hips. Getting some movement through the core, which of course includes the lower back. I like how this feels through the hips as well. And if, by the way, if you want to keep it by your chest and then that twist, you can do that too. If it starts to get a little bit sore on the old arms, okay, 10-second breather, going on to the other side. Getting ready. Back to clean and press. So yeah, with the Dumbbell Quickie, does what it says on the tin. We just want to get some quick movement in. We want it to be over and done with before we know it. And we're going to use these few dynamic movements, which incorporate the whole body, along with some more targeted, static kind of movements. And I'll always try and include rotation, that kind of thing, so that we use in the core and we get to practice balance and stability. And rest. Okay, back to those forward lunges with a rotation. Remember, you can keep your dumbbell close to your chest if your arms feeling a little bit fatigued, because you're holding them in that static position. And depending on how heavy your dumbbells are, you know, you might not be able to go the full round, and that's fine. I'm working with 2 kilogram dumbbell picked up on Amazon, and I found that perfect for these little workouts. Much better than the 7.5, but no thanks. And rest. Okay, quick breather. Right, overhead squat. Now, an overhead squat is actually quite a technical movement because it involves staying upright as we go down into the squat. So don't worry if it throws you a little bit off balance, or if you feel like you're not getting low enough. You probably won't be able to get as deep in the squat as you would like if you was in a goblet squat, because, you know, we've lengthened the lever, We're going to balance the weight overhead. We've thrown off our gravity, you know, our central, I know, you know what it's called. So, an alternative is to keep it wrapped on our shoulder, okay? If you feel ready, extend the arm overhead into an overhead squat. And then we have got bent over row. So we're literally going to do a static bent over row today, just to really focus on those muscles on the back, which is helpful if you've been at a desk all day. Okay, overhead squat, or wrapped to your shoulder. So if you're going overhead, we just balance the weight over our heads, keeping this one out for balance if you want. We probably won't go as low as we would in a normal squat. And remember, if you want, you can keep that dumbbell wrapped by your shoulder. Just do what feels good. This is another good one for core, as we can really feel it on that way back up. We're having to use a lot of muscles to keep that weight overhead. You're almost there. And rest. And not to mention, we've already used our shoulders in the earlier workout. So, feet hip width apart, little hinge forward, row that waist up. And I want you to slow it down, put a bit of tension through those muscles. So think about squeezing the dumbbell up towards your chest. Elbows going up towards the ceiling. And I want you to squeeze those back muscles. We've got a chest press at the end as well, so using upper body muscles that support each other. Last 10 seconds here. So fully extending that arm down as we pull back up. And rest. Okay, team. A few deep breaths. Get our breath back ready. We're going straight into overhead squats on the other side. Okay? And go. Or you can go wrapped, don't forget, you can keep that dumbbell wrapped onto your shoulder. And if you really need to, you can pop the dumbbell on the floor, or your water bottle, or your can of hairspray or deodorant, and just go bodyweight squats. Oh, these ones, I can feel the heat in my body. Keeping that weight overhead. And it's okay if your squat form goes a bit squiffy. Don't worry about it. We're not looking for perfect. We're just looking for movement. Last few seconds. Rest. Right, let's have a rest now and do rows. Into the hips. Put a lot of tension, whatever you're holding, I want you to squeeze it. Nice and slow with this one. I don't know if mind-muscle connection is a bit of a non-meaning phrase, but that's how I associate this with. I really want to squeeze those back muscles as I bring the dumbbell up towards my chest and shoulder. And we want to fully extend, let the muscles contract and lengthen. We'll feel this a little as well in the glutes and the hamstrings because they are stretched. And rest. Oh, done. Right, last one. Can you believe it? Okay, what are we on? So we've got a single leg deadlift. with a lunge first. And then we're gonna go on the floor for a single arm chest press. If you don't want to get on the floor, then I want you to just, you can use a chair and a wall for chest press, or a desk, if you buy a desk and it's stable, you can use a desk for some chest press, or a sofa. So that's just an alternative if you don't want to get up and down off the floor. But we've got our first one, slow single leg deadlift, pulling it up, reverse lunge thrust, okay. And we want to try and do it single leg if we can. If not, keep those toes on the floor for some stability. Single leg deadlift, up, reverse lunge thrust. So this is our balance one. Okay, if we're doing it staggered stance, just to show for an example, do that on the next one. Toes on the floor, bringing it up, reverse lunge back and repeat. Oh, can you feel it in the glutes? I can. Up. Last one. Oh, and rest. Right, grab you two, I forgot, if you've got two available, we're going to alternate. So if I'm lying on the floor, we're going to hold those dumbbells up and alternate, bringing one down, okay? If you've only got one dumbbell available, just going to do single arm dumbbell press. Or you've got your option for your wall presses. Okay. And go. So slow, lower again. I want you to think about pulling down on those dumbbells, creating some tension through those muscles. That's how we make lighter weights feel a little bit heavier. Nice and slow, putting the muscle under tension. Bringing our arm so that our triceps are perpendicular. Is that the right word? Flat on the floor. Perpendicular to the floor. It feels like that's the right word, but I don't know. And rest. Right. Back into our single leg deadlift. Nice and slow. And then take it into our reverse lunge thrust. Staggered stance looks like this. But if you can, practice bringing that foot off the floor. That foot wobble, that's what we want. We're fighting for balance and stability here. Using a lot of muscles to keep us upright. Reset if you need to. 10 seconds, team. We've got this. We've got one more chest press. And we're done. Right, last one. Back to our alternating chest press or your wall press. And go. So lots of tension. Through your dumbbell, through your water bottle. Exactly the same as if you're doing single. Keep the tension through the muscle. And with these, you can play around with how you bring your arms down as well. So a little bit narrower, 45 degrees. It's going to be a little bit more chest, triceps. Bring them a bit wider. It's going to involve a little bit more of those anterior deltoids, which is the front of your shoulders. And rest. Team, we're done. Dumbbell Quickie, over and done with. Well done. Back to work if you're at work, and enjoy the rest of your lunch break if you're on a break. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was okay, and I'll see you soon.